8 bits is 256 brightness levels. 16-bit is thousands of brightness levels. And those extra bits, the 16 bits, are mainly useful when you adjust your picture. You can get a slightly smoother end result, but it's rare that you're going to see a difference. But I have brought proof. Let me see if I can find proof. Here are 2 panoramas that I stitched today. These panoramas are from identical files that I had in Lightroom. I'm going to zoom up on this one to 100% view. And let me match the zoom on the other one. I'm in Photoshop at the moment, so I can show you these easily the way I need to here. I've made it so the other file is zoomed up to the same position. This image I'm going to move around a little bit. Let's see if I can get up in the sky. This is part of a panorama of a sunrise. It's a little noisy image. I could do a little noise reduction on, but let's see how smooth this looks compared to the other version. This will be subtle. It's usually not dramatic, but I can see it. When I look in this image, and I'm not sure how well this will translate online, I can see banding. Let's see if you guys can see it all. I'll try to kind of trace out where it is. Right here, I can see a line, just subtle. No, you can't see it up there. Can't see it up on that screen. I can see it on this one, though. Right here, I can see a band, right there. A very subtle one where this might look more greenish, whereas this looks more orange. And it looks like I could draw a line right where that edge is. I can see another band right here, another one there, another one here.
We can see it online, Ben.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I can see it right through here, coming this way. Okay? That's what you can get if you work with 8-bit images. Now let me go to the exact same position within the 16-bit file. Okay, just match the zoom and the position, and I'll switch over to the 16-bit. Okay, to my eye, it looks noisy, but it's smooth. If I move around within it, I don't see those weird-looking little bands where the color looks like where I can trace around and see it. Whereas on the other one, I do see them. Now, taking that 16-bit image, when I'm done merging my panorama, here's panorama, if it's already done with the merging, because it's at the time it did the merging that problem happened, once you're done adjusting your image, flatten the image so you don't have any layers, then you can do this. And by doing so, going to 8-bit mode, now your file size is going to go down, but that additional information that was in your file originally was used when the panorama was stitched. And so once you're completely done with your image, you can output it to a 8-bit file and it'll look nice and smooth. It's only when adjustments or merging is done that the banding can be introduced. So this can still look nice and smooth as an 8-bit image. It's kind of weird. But this one, not so much. I can see if I can exaggerate it a little bit. You can see it right there, banding. But that's a rare occurrence. It's not going to be on every image. So what I would say is, when it comes to choosing this, the difference between 8-bit and 16-bit is 16-bit is twice as big of a file than 8-bit. So it's not a casual decision there. And then if you use multiple layers, like when I did 160 layers, which was just a stack of 160 pictures in one Photoshop file for a very complex light painting, the file size was so ridiculously big if I used 16-bit. Whereas 8-bit, it was so much smaller, it was almost funny. So I would use 8-bit for most things, and only if you notice things not looking smooth when you're done. Mainly with panorama stitching, if you see skies not being smooth, that kind of thing, go back and redo it, setting this to 16-bit. And you'll probably end up with a smoother result, but only if you saw the banding. Most images you wouldn't see it. Here's resolution. I had a table of recommended resolution settings that I showed on the first day, I think. If you get the handbook, it'll be in that. Or if you're on the course, you can back up in the class to see it, or whatever. But 240 is a good setting for printing. If you have the TIFF file format, here's if you want to apply some compression to it, LZW or zip.